Hello friends, it is Julie. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I am here to talk about my new trend in reading for 2021. Let's jump right into it. Last year in 2020, it was the year of thriller, horror, mystery, suspense, psychological thrillers. I read 41 of them versus 27 contemporary, 27 fantasy, and a mix of nonfiction, poetry, etc. So now I'm trying to determine what the trend might be going forward in 2021 for me in my reading. Where my reading might go, but who knows? I will say these are areas that I want to focus in on, hone in on. We'll have to see at the end of the year which one of these was the most accurate guess for where my reading might go. I'm not making TBRs. I will be doing wrap-ups, but I will not be doing TBRs because I never know what I want to read. I learned last year that they were very restrictive, and I ended up picking books and then not liking what I had picked or not wanting to pick up what I had said I was going to, and then just mood reading thrillers. So this year I'm going to let myself fully mood read, no TBRs, we'll see where we go. So I guess let's see what the trend is going to be for 2021. Here's what I think it might be. I do feel like I will still be reading thriller horror, but I don't think I'm going to be gravitating towards a lot of YA. I do believe that I will have a majority adult reading in 2021. That's my off-the-cuff prediction. I did do that last year. I anticipate that continuing. First up, I'm going to pick a genre that I wouldn't have thought I was going to pick, and that's sci-fi. I don't really read sci-fi very much at all, but I will say in January I have already read Skyward and Starsight. I have read both of these. It turns out I really am enjoying being back in sci-fi worlds. I like Sanderson's writing style, so this is a win for me. I loved both of these, and I anticipate I will be reading more sci-fi this year. I also do have the next Becky Chambers book already pre-ordered, so that will be happening. I don't think it's going to be the majority of what I read, but I think I will read more sci-fi this year than I did last year, which I don't think should be hard to do because I didn't read very many sci-fi last year. I also have Sylvain Neuvel's The Test sitting in the wings. I did read the Themis Files by them, and I really liked it. This is like a tiny little guy. I'm going to read this in February, so that'll be 3 right off the bat. Because technically, I think that a dystopian-ish I usually put into a sci-fi as well. So this would count. And this is on my TBR for the year. It's a tiny little one. Rye Baby by Tochi Onyebuchi. So, yeah. I anticipate surpassing 8 for sci-fi. Because I think the 3rd book of this comes out in November or December. I will read it right away because I really enjoyed both of these. So there's that. If you have any other sci-fi books, hopefully adult leaning, let me know, because I also have Christopher Paolini's To Sleep in a Sea of Stars, and this is just the dust jacket because the book is actually over there. I did start it, but I didn't get very far, but I do anticipate reading this in the year as well. So this is adult. I anticipate reading some sci-fi this year. We'll put that out there. I do think I am going to continue with my more hard-hitting / thriller horror vibes. I have the next Ghost Roads by Shauna Maguire, The Girl in the Green Silk Gown, Sparrow Hill Road. I have the 3rd book of that coming to me. It's pre-ordered. I really like Shauna Maguire's ghost stories. It's like a Ghost Roads kind of supernaturally kind of vibe. I will continue with my thriller horror. I have this giant chunker, and I know it didn't get the best reviews, but I think I know, not the twist, but I know it has religious leanings that I think I can overlook knowing that they're going to be there. So I do want to continue with horror and thriller throughout this year. I think chunkers are going to be a thing this year because I'm really focusing less on caring how many books I have in a wrap-up and more on investing my time and attention into a book. And if that's all I read, that's all I read. So there's that. I think that I'm going to be investing more in some of those. And also just my darker, hard-hitting ones. I have All We Could Have Been by T.E. Carter, who also wrote I Stopped Somewhere, and I loved it. So I wanted to read this one by them. And I also have I Am Still Alive by Kate Alice Marshall. Kate Alice Marshall's new book, Our Last Echoes, I already read an arc of and really, really loved, and I have that pre-ordered. And then this is their other one. They also wrote Rules for Vanishing, which I loved. So this is their other novel. I think their first novel. This is more of a survivalist tale, but also like dark, gritty. I'm here for that. I think these are both YA, but like I'm here for them still. If I'm gonna read it, I want them to be dark and gritty. It's just the mood I'm in. So that's a vibe, right? Like a dark, gritty horror, mystery, thriller, just like hard-hitting, gritty. I'm going with gritty. Gritty, scary, unnerving. I also think that like maybe Faye comes back. I don't know, but I feel like Faye might come back a bit. I have White Stag by Cara Barbary. I don't know. This one is about Faye. I also have Dreamdark Blackbringer. This one is by Laini Taylor. It's the only Laini Taylor I have not read yet, and this one is about Faye. It's a gorgeous book. This is hard to find, apparently, and I don't know that you can even get the rest of the series because I don't think it's a standalone, but I was able to find this one book, and it wasn't necessarily cheap, but I want to read it. So we're going to see. And that cover art, look at that. Her husband drew that. It's gorgeous. This is a 2007 release from her. And I love Laini Taylor's writing, and it's Faye. So like I'm super invested in getting to that this year. So I think like Faye might have a little bit of a resurgence for me. We shall see. I will say I don't think Sarah J. Maas Faye is going to be happening for me. But like adult Faye might. I read The Call by Peter O'Gillen, I think, at the end of last year. Another Faye kind of a book that was darker, grittier. It's kind of what I'm here for. Like scary Faye. I don't know if those are scary Faye, but kind of maybe Faye again. All right, so that's a trend. Also, we're going to just throw it out to short books. I would like to read some more short books. But also, all of these are by Black authors. I want to read more diverse books, more nonfiction books. So while Riot Baby is not nonfiction, it does fall into that sci-fi genre, and I do want to read this. It's been on my shelves for way too long. This one came out January 2020, and I just never picked it up. I have How We Fight for Our Lives by Saeed Jones, and I also have The Black Friend on Being a Better White Person by Frederick Joseph. I have a feeling these will probably be February reads because I have chunkers, not because it's Black History Month, but because I have chunkers that I'm reading in the month, and I think that these will complement that well. But I would like to read more short books. I also fell into the buzz of The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Holy crap, that was one of my first reads of 2021. Short little book, graphic-y novel. It's not a graphic-y novel. It's a picture book. I think it technically might be a graphic novel. It's gorgeous. Shorter books. I want something that's poignant and hard-hitting in a shorter amount of time. I'm fine with that. So shorter books might be a trend. You know, I got short little novellas. I'm down for that. I'm fine investing my time there. And then the last category is the exact opposite of that, actually. And that's just giant chunkers of books. Like big old chunkers of books. I want more adult fantasy in my life. I didn't think I was going to be saying that, but I do. I have not read The City of Brass yet by S.A. Chakraborty, and I need to. I haven't read the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, and I need to. There's actually a Cosmere along, like a readathon of his Cosmere works. This is the book for February, and then I think I'm going to be rereading Mistborn, the original trilogy, and then moving on to the second trilogy, and then maybe Oathbreaker, I don't know what that one is. We're going to go forward with Sanderson. It's going to be a year of Sanderson, I think. And I have not read Warbreaker yet, so this one is ready for February. I have my bookmark and my tabs and my highlighter, and I'm ready to go with like tomes. Just tomes on tomes on tomes. And also like women of color. Not so much, but like also I'm trying to, you know, get all around. I also have The Black Prism back here. I've got The Name of the Wind back here. What else do I have? The Bone Season. So adult fantasy, huh? That's gonna be a thing. Hopefully. I want it to be. I'm hoping these happen. I think I have audiobooks for The City of Brass on Hoopla. So hopefully that happens at some point, whether it's physically or not. But they're beautiful, and they've been sitting on my shelves because I was like, I'm not an adult fantasy fan right now. Not in 2020 I wasn't, but I'm hoping for 2021 I will be. So What will be my reading trend for 2021? Will it be short books? Will it be tomes? Will it be sci-fi? Will it be horror thriller again? Will it be fae resurgence? I don't know. I really don't. What I can tell you, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be romance. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to be romance. I just don't see myself leaning into that like heavy romance genre. Now erotica might happen, but I don't think the like floofy romance or even the hard-hitting romance, like romance but with like heart. I don't even know if that's going to happen. I'm just not feeling it right now. Things could change. So we're gonna have to do a check-in at the end of the year and see which one of these proposed trends maybe pans out. But I do know that I'm going to be rereading a lot this year. I have plans to reread Sookie Stackhouse, so welcome back to that fae trend. I have plans to reread Mistborn and dive into a lot of Sanderson books. I have plans to read diversely. I have plans to read diversely, if humanly possible, and to read large fantasy novels and just dive deep into some worlds. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. I have no idea where this year is going to go, but right now this is kind of where I see my reading going. Who knows? I mean, I can't predict trends for myself. Clearly, I did not predict thrillers and horrors being a thing, but they are. So if you have recommendations in any of these genres, specifically adult sci-fi, along the vein of like Becky Chambers, whom I love, or Hank Green, or even the Sanderson YA that I really, really loved. I've already read the Illuminate Files. I have my sci-fi section like over here. I've read some really, really good ones. And then any dark, gritty fae. Like gritty, dark fae. Bad fae. Naughty fae, but maybe sexy fae, but like dark fae. That's my predictions for 2021. I don't know if I will be right. I don't know if I know myself well enough right now to know if I will be right or wrong, but that's where I'm hedging my bets on one of these specifically being the winner at the end of the year. Time will tell, but hopefully it's a great year of reading. Regardless, it's already been a great January, so I anticipate a good rest of the year. Fingers crossed. Let me know in a comment down below, like I said, a recommendation or one of your favorite books in one of these areas, or what you think your trend might be for this year. I want to know. If you liked this video, do give me a big thumbs up. Click subscribe because it really does help me and it's free to you. And then click that notification bell so you know when I put out new videos. And I will see all of you in my next video. Bye, friends.